The thing in the hallway. When I moved into my apartment building, the first thing I noticed was how quiet the third floor was. Not normal quiet, dead quiet. No TVs, no footsteps, no doors opening or closing. Just the soft buzzing of the hallway lights. I lived in room 312, the last room at the end of the hall. On my first night, while I was unpacking, I noticed something strange on the wall outside my door. Someone had written a message in black marker. Don't open your door after 3:03 a.m. I assumed it was some kind of joke left by previous tenants. I wiped it off. At around 3:03 a.m. that same night, I woke up suddenly. I didn't know why. My room was completely dark except for the faint light coming from under my door. Then I heard something. Footsteps, slow, dragging footsteps in the hallway. Someone was walking past my door. Step, drag, step, drag. The sound moved slowly down the hall. Then it stopped, right outside my door. I held my breath. There was silence for about 10 seconds. Then something scratched softly against the door. Not knocking. Scratching. Like long nails sliding across the wood. Then a voice whispered from the hallway. Hello? My stomach dropped. The voice sounded exactly like my neighbor from earlier that day. A friendly guy named Daniel. Can you open the door? The voice said quietly. I think I'm hurt. I started to move toward the door. But then I remembered the message on the wall. Don't open your door after 3:03 a.m. The voice spoke again, this time a little more desperate. Please, I can't stand. My hand was inches from the doorknob. Then something felt wrong. Daniel lived in room 305. Why would he crawl all the way to the end of the hallway, and why hadn't I heard him fall? The scratching on the door got louder. Then the voice changed slightly. Still Daniel's voice, but flatter. Like someone repeating a recording. Please open the door. Please open the door. Please open the door. Over and over, exactly the same each time. That's when I stepped away. The scratching stopped immediately. Silence filled the hallway again. For a moment, I thought it was over. Then I heard something else. Right on the other side of the door, breathing, slow, wet breathing. And then, another voice. My voice, whispering from the hallway. Good choice. My blood ran cold. I hadn't spoken. The thing outside continued in my voice. If you open the door? There was a long pause. Then something slammed hard against the door from the other side. The wood shook violently, and the voice whispered through the crack under the door. I would have learned how to sound like you. The next morning, I ran out of my room and knocked on room 305. Daniel answered, completely fine. I asked him if he had been in the hallway the night before. He frowned. No. Why? I told him what happened. His face slowly turned pale. Then he said something that made my stomach drop. Oh. You saw the writing? What writing? I asked. The warning. I wiped it off. Daniel stared at me in horror. You what? Before I could respond, the elevator at the end of the hallway opened. An old woman stepped out slowly. She looked at the wall where the warning used to be. Then she looked at me and sighed. Another one erased it, she said. I felt a cold knot in my chest. Another one? I asked. She nodded toward the end of the hallway, toward my door. That thing doesn't knock on doors that have the warning. My mouth went dry. What happens if someone opens it? The woman was quiet for a long time. Then she said softly, it doesn't come in. It just listens. I felt a chill crawl up my spine. Listens for what? She looked me straight in the eyes and whispered, your voice. Then she pointed slowly toward my apartment door. I turned around, and my heart stopped. The warning was back on the wall, written in fresh black letters. But this time it said something different.
Too late.
Ah!